One of the ways that I utilize my remote executive assistants is generating SOPs. That is a checklist or a standard way of moving through a process. So why do you need SOPs? Well, my point of view is that if you're going to do anything more than once, definitely a few times, you need to have a certain way that you go through that process, that procedure. There's a trigger and there are actions that happen because of that trigger. An example would be, what do you do in your business if a lead comes your way? If a lead comes your way, what do? What does that trigger initiate? What are the processes that happen? What are the steps that happen immediately after that happens? Do you have a communication sequence? Do you have an email that goes out? Do you immediately give them a phone call? I don't know what it is for you and your business, but you need to have a process. The problem with entrepreneurs, business leaders, is that these standard operating procedures, they exist in our mind and in our heart, and we do them personally, but they aren't consistent. We miss steps, we forget pieces of it. And then when we try to bring someone else on to help us with our work, we don't know what to give them because we just do it. It's just natural to us. So here's what needs to happen. In order for you to work well with somebody else, you need to have some SOPs. In order for you to scale, you need to have some SOPs. So do you need SOPs before you get help? Here's my assessment. Most people who wait until they're ready for help never get help. Why? Well, it's simple. They need help to help them to get ready for the help. So they need someone to come alongside them and pull the information out of them so that they can have an SOP. So let me give you my formula for how I make SOPs at Dream Support. I have an assistant. I have two assistants actually at the time of making this video, but I have an assistant that has helped me with this tremendously. So here's what I'll do. I'll identify something that I want to hand off to her. I'll put it on a list. We'll have a weekly huddle on Monday where I will say, I want you to learn this system and I want you to own this piece of what we do. So then I will share my screen with her. I will literally do that thing while we are on the call. I will record it while we're on the call. She will be asking questions while we are on the call. And by the end of the call, I have shown her how I do it. I have answered her live questions about it. And I have made a video for her to reference. Now, guess what happens? She has that video in a Google Drive folder that we share that is all just trainings and teachings. She can take that video, she can take the notes she took, and she can actually write out an SOP and share it with me. And we can adjust, and I can say, that was a little off, let's fix that. But now we've got an SOP, a working SOP. Every SOP is a working SOP. It's never finished, it's never done, because your process will change over time. You'll grow over time. New people will enter the process at different times. And so that's a document that you can go back to over and over again and refine and make better. So you need SOPs. You probably won't have SOPs before you get help, but you need them so that the help is valuable. So you need help to make the SOPs so that the help is useful. Do you see that circle, that cycle? So at some point you just have to insert it and say, I'm going to get somebody else involved. I'm going to try to teach them how I do it. And they're going to take it from there. And they're probably going to make it better. Another way of thinking about this is that you need to replace yourself. I learned this a long time ago through some leadership coaching. Every leader should be working to replace themselves, because whether by design or by default, you will be replaced at some point. So if you don't have a process by which you are replacing yourself, all the work you're doing will not live on. So how do you replace yourself? You invite someone to come see what you do. Then step 2, you do that thing together. And then step 3, you watch them do what you used to do and now they do. And step 4, they own the process. They do it all on their own. So if you combine the SOP Generating Machine tactic, which I just talked about, plus that 4-step process of come see what I do, let's do it together, I'll watch you do it, now you do it on your own. If you combine those two things, you have got a powerful tool set for delegating. All right, I hope that's helpful to you. If it is, let me know, and let me know how else I can help you.